Welcome back to Part E. Okay, I'm just trying to throw at you different types of math problems that you will see. Now we're going to solve for x. Ooh, we had a math problem with a denominator. Do you remember what we did on the last one? Take a minute. Look back in your notes. It should have been 2 or 3 problems ago. The denominator was a 7 to give you a hint. I'm going to eliminate the denominator. To do that, I will multiply by 5, cross reduce or simplify, and I have 3 times ax minus n equals, well, if I take that side times 5, I need to multiply the right side by 5 to get negative 20. Again, remembering my goal is to isolate the x, I need to get rid of this term. To do that, I would add n to both sides. 3ax equals n minus 20. Remember, I prefer variables first. We will need that as the year progresses. Now I have a constant, a number, written next to a letter, written next to another letter. When you have all those items written next to each other, what kind of operation is that? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? It is multiplication. So the opposite, or to undo that, the inverse, would be division. I am trying to get x by itself, so I have to divide by 3. Oh, I also need to remove the a to isolate the x. I need to divide by a. Therefore, x would equal n minus 20 over 3a. Wowzers, kind of fun. I would like you to try this one. This one I notice we're solving for x. We have 2 terms in the original equation that contain x. I feel like we will need to distribute backwards. We did that a couple problems ago. Please refer to your notes. Pause the video. Start this one. If you start by yourself, we can then try to figure out where you and I start doing things a little different. Pause the video. Thank you for pausing. All right, we're trying to isolate the x, so I'm going to bring those x terms to the other side of the equal sign by plus xy plus xy. Sorry, let me move my paper over. They are not like terms, so I will not combine them. Bring down my minus 2w. The 2w does not contain an x, that term, so I will bring it to the right-hand side by adding 2w. 7x plus xy equals 2w plus 4. I'll say it again. I like terms with variables to be listed first, constants at the end. All right, I notice we have 2 terms that are not identical, so we may not combine them. They each have the variable I'm trying to isolate, so I will distribute backwards. I ask myself, x times what would get me back to 7x? 7. X times what would get me back to xy? Positive y. Copy down to w plus 4. Great. Hopefully you see, what did we create by distributing backwards? We created a group. We are now going to move the group from the left-hand side of the equal sign to the right-hand side. It travels together. It is grouped together. You may not separate it. I will divide this side by that also. So x equals 2w plus 4 divided by 7 plus y. Okay, we will try one more together in section E here. I have a math problem where I want you to manipulate the equation to isolate the variable t. I notice I have a group. T is part of the group. As I've been saying, you may not separate that group at all. It's grouped together by parentheses. What I can do is get rid of the p. To do that, it is multiplication because a variable written next to parentheses represents multiplication. So I'm going to divide. Now I'll be left with t plus 1 equals negative 2 divided by p. Well, we can't divide that. They're not the same, so we're going to let it be. We have isolated the group, so it's not grouped together anymore. It stands by itself. I may now move the positive 1 over there. To do that, I would subtract 1. So t equals negative 2 divided by p minus 1.